Hello, my name is Chris Coffey, Instructional Technology Coach, and I am so excited that Bamberg 1 and 2 are about to start using Chrome Remote Desktop. This allows us to use an extension in the Chrome browser to access your computer, so we can kind of, as technicians, help you work through problems. And it also allows you as a teacher to do the same thing for your students on their Chromebooks. So let's go ahead and look at how this works. By default, in our district, we are pushing out the Chrome extension. So if you click up on the extension puzzle piece and you click on Chrome Remote Desktop, you will come to a page like this. Now, the first time in, you can come up here to the top right and go to Remote Access or Remote Support. You are going to choose Remote Support, and it will bring you here. If you are on a PC, you will see this download and it'll say, hey, do you want to install? Just X that out or say no thanks. Exit out. You don't need to worry about that. If you're on a Chromebook, you will see something different. But because I'm on a PC, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this. All you have to do if you're a teacher and you see this on your computer is click on that download. And it'll take a second, but it will download. And then you click accept and install. And yes, you do want to run it. And it will run. You should not need any special permissions for this. Okay. If you do, please contact us and we'll make sure it gets added to your computer. Then you're going to say, got it. And now you're going to see exactly what a person on a Chromebook would see. You're going to see this generate code. So let's say you needed help creating a Google form and you're not quite sure what to do. You could set up an appointment with me, and it might be remote. I'd say, hey, can you go onto Remote Desktop and get me a code? You'd say, sure thing. You'd come up here, go to, it's open right now, so it doesn't show up, but you'd come up here, you'd click on the Chrome Remote Desktop, and then you would get generate code. Now, I have a code. And what I would do is you can either email this to me, or if we're on the phone, you could just tell it to me. So I'm going to enter it in. And notice you cannot set this up ahead of time. You only have a few minutes for it to be entered in. But what you're going to get is this share pop up. And I'm going to click share. And notice it says your desktop is currently being shared with. I've got a student computer that I'm using for this. But at this point, you can't tell this, but I'm actually on another computer controlling this one. So if you needed help with something, I could come in and say, well, first thing you need to do is go to your Google Drive. And I could just walk you through the process of making a form. Now, when you're done, you can either say, okay, I personally am going to stop sharing, or whoever's doing it, the remote desktop support, can actually just close it out, and it says that the session has ended. You can click OK, and now you're ready to generate another code should you need help in the future. Now, if you wanted to do this with your student, let's say a student was at home, even in the classroom, and you didn't want to have to stand over them, we want to keep some social distancing, then what you would do is you would tell your student to go to that. And again, anytime it's open, you're not going to have the extension, so I have to remember to close that out myself. But you would go to the extension, or have your student go to the extension and go Remote Desktop. On their Chromebook, it should come up. They should not have to do the install like we did a minute ago. And you're going to tell them, hey, you generate a code, and then you as the teacher comes down here. So I'm going to get on my student Chromebook, and I'm going to generate a code. And now I'm going to type in that code. And it'll take a second, but it's going to look for that computer. It's going to ask that student to share their screen. And once they do, now I have control of this student's computer. So, all right, first thing as a student, you need to go to, actually I can just come down here and go Google Classroom. This is where we need to go. Or if a student needs to, go to another screen, they're having trouble finding a website, you can even launch their applications, show them how to, access files or go to the camera. And for those days that we're remote, or you have students that need a little extra help, launching the camera's going to be fun, because here I am. Hi. Making this video at home, if you can't tell. Let's close that out. So this is going to be really useful, because when those students are at home or in class and they need extra support, it will allow you to help them without having to be literally right at their computer. When I'm done, I can just X this out. And just like before, the student will see that the session has ended. And you get to move on to the next student. So this is something very exciting. I will probably have a few optional trainings available for this. Or if you have some questions that you would like me to answer, please feel free to email me. And thank you for watching.